the vibration of the world, the earth, is controlled by one mantra. And that mantra is Om Bhurgva Swaha, which is a mantra that says we want the earth to always be connected. So we're praying for the people in Japan. We're praying for the nuclear thing to stop. We're praying for all the energy of the world to come together properly. Right? If we can get all the people in the world to pray this mantra, we are part of the elements. We are good, Steve. We emphasize the fact that we are just a bunch of elements put together, and then when we die, it's gone again. So enjoy that every moment of your life. Enjoy the life itself. Don't suffer for nothing. Don't make anything suffer you. That's a good point. And dying is like we die every day, and we come back again for a new day. So that's good. And we have to remember also that we are part and parcel of this whole earth consciousness. And so as the world doesn't end. Actually the world ends, which is the ending that we're talking about is what's going to happen now, the ending of the destruction and the, but I always wonder, don't you wonder? Oh, how great this world is, that in one house there's a wedding, and 10 blocks away there's a funeral. On one side is happiness, and on the other side is sadness. How great is this world? How mysterious, how wonderful is this world, that you can have sadness and happiness at the same time. Ever thought of that? That's such a great thing. So why can't you be the one on the happiness side? Always. Right? And when the time comes for that part, we'll go to that part. Okay, so the world is you. You are the world. You are the one who have to enjoy it. You're the one who have decided, should I take the drugs, the alcohol, or should I take the milk and the sweet stuff? It's up to you. How you do it. But there's no plant on earth that you can overwater and it'll die. There is no animal on earth that you can overfeed. The only person who can overeat is man. Man can overeat. But no other animal in the world can overeat like us. All because we eat because of the mind, it's greed. Where they eat because of the universe. So the Gayatri mantra, and then we're going to come to the last arti, which is the arti is about the guru, who teaches you everything and who brings you to the knowledge about yourself is the teacher. So always bow to the teacher, bow to the heavenly teachers, and so the stars and the moon and everything. Just before we get to that, there's a quick story. These are like 12 villages, and each of the 12 villages have they all have daughters and children. The king, there's a king in each village, and the king has daughters, and around inside these villages, right, there are 27 females. And inside of these 27 females, there's only one man. So he has to marry all 27 females. So one day, when the time reached and he was supposed to get married, he didn't want to marry all 27 females. He only loved one. And when he got married to all 27, but he only stayed in the house of the one that he loved. And he wouldn't move. He wouldn't give up. He loved this one woman, and he left the 26 lonely. So the 26 women complained to the main king. And the king came down and talked to him and said, you can't stay there. You have to serve all 27 wives. And he refused. And so because he refused, the king threw a spell on him, and half of him became dark and half became light. But he was so, he became completely dark actually. So he ran to Shiva, the Lord of Time. And he says, save me, I've been turned dark. So he says, well, all right, but if you promise to move around in all the 26 wives, I will give you half of your life back. And so that's how we get full moon and new moon. Nice story, right? But it is true. The 12 villages are the 12 signs of the zodiac. The 27 houses are the 27 women, wives are the stars. There are 27 constellations. And the guy who married all 27 of them was the moon. The moon. But he only loved one. In other words, the moon only stayed in one house, in one star, never moved. And then the other stars got angry, and so they complained to the Lord of Time, and the Time says, well, the king cursed him first, and then the Time said, okay, we'll make you half dark and half light. And so this way you get the dark period and the bright period, which is full moon and new moon. So that's the story of the moon. Okay, now let's do the Gayatri Mantra for saving the world, bringing good consciousness to the world. And we're going to end with our arati, and then we have some food for you. Festival, a holiday in the tradition of the ancient Hindus, and there's one, like for example, this one is the victory over evil, and during the spring season, we all want the spring in our life. And then there's also one in the what's coming up now is called Navrat, or next week, which is a festival dedicated to the female, to the woman. In other words, there's two festivals called Navrat, or Festival of the Woman. Is that the first time when the seed is planted, that is when we call harvest, or springtime. That's when the earth gets impregnated with the rains and the seasons and everything, and the weather. And so the earth blooms. And then in the fall, which is when the baby is delivered, so the fruits of the world are delivered. So the earth is like a female. It gets pregnant in the spring, it delivers the food in the autumn, right? And then we save it and we eat it all and enjoy it during the winters. And then, right? So think how alive this universe is. That the earth is alive like a female. The rain is the fertilizing element. The rains fertilize the earth. The water fertilizes the earth. The seed is planted. And the trees get back their leaves again. They bloom, they give fruits again. And so you never have to worry about the mother earth feeding you. So now, when you put a nuclear plant inside the earth, you're going to damage the ecological system. You're going to damage the fishes. You're going to damage the whole system. You're going to put radiation into the cells of the earth, of the sea, of the land, and it's going to contaminate the land. It's going to dislike that. So it's going to destroy that nuclear plant. Right? I mean, who would think that half of an island would have an earthquake? And not even a tremor in San Domingo. And the whole of voodoo, Haiti place, because of the voodoo, Haiti was shook so many times. And not even a tremor in San Domingo, and that's a whole island. That's one island. That never happened in history. So that tells you the earth is alive. It's a living organism. And we are the bacteria. And so if you want to be a good bacteria, so the earth would expel you, like how you would expel a bad bacteria, then you have to do something that benefits the world. Right? Don't refuse to have children. Don't refuse to harvest the earth, plant the earth, seed of the earth, and so on. Then the earth will return you back good things. So all 2012 is about is that we have raped the earth too many times. So we need to replenish it back. And so these festivals that we do, the spring festival for the woman is 2 weeks, it lasts 9 days. And during that time, salt is not good for the woman's body. So we try to eat less salt during that time. Don't eat too much sweet in other times, right? Because the sweet is good for the spring. But then after that, spring 9 days is over, then you have to get back to your salt food. But it's very difficult thing to do because the body needs a lot of salt. So be careful, make sure you're strong when you do it. And then we have Krishna was born in that same star that, remember how the moon did not want to move? Because he was so much in love with the star, with that star. But Lord Krishna was born in that star. So that's why he represents love and so on. So again, if you love something, love it unconditionally. Don't love with demand. Don't have love for something. Don't demand that if you love this beautiful house, demand it to come to you. Pray for it to come to you. Don't demand it. If you love the man, don't demand him to come to you. Wait for your time, work with Shiva, work with the life code and Shiva, work together, and wait for it to come.